Welcome back. Day 4. Well, it's happened. Australia managed to win a game of cricket at their own World Cup.
You predicted they wouldn't, so you've already got your trousers down by your ankles, lad.
It's not unusual, is it? It's not unusual. Not at this time of the day, anyway. So I'm Munners, this is Tim, and we are in the basement, in the bowels of Six's Fitzrovia. Thank you for letting us use the space. We love coming here. It is a great place to come and have a laugh with your mates, play a bit of cricket, show them up. I know that I've always shown you up when I come here.
Yeah, I can't hit it.
It's weird, isn't it?
I'm like Aaron Finch today, honestly. The legendary mode, or whatever it's called at Sixes, you can't lay a bat on it, honestly.
One other thing I love about this place is just surrounded by cricketing memorabilia. I mean, we've got all the Wisdons behind us at the moment. To my right, we've got cricket bats up on the wall, all sorts going on. Love it here. You're never more than 2 metres away from WG Grace.
There's a woodworm dartboard.
That's good.
Yeah.
Even the dartboard is cricket related. But right, into it, Tim. Mm-hmm. First things first, remember what this is called, Tim. Fuck the stats. Episode 4 today, but what's the punishment if one of us mentions stats?
Today's punishment is you have to do the rest of this show and tomorrow's show wearing this lovely hat, which is a Valentino Rossi hat, one of the greatest motorcycle riders ever, not one of the best style icons ever. Looking at this hat, it is atrocious. What
I love about that as well is out of context on TikTok, where 30,000 people will watch this, they'll wonder why you're wearing a Valentino Rossi hat.
Exactly.
So that's a really nice touch. So first things first, where else to start? But Australia taking a backward step when they're playing against Sri Lanka. That's right, Mitchell Starc didn't bowl when the ball was swinging. He didn't bowl till the 3rd over. It's a very un-Australian approach, isn't it? What's going on? Why don't the Australians fancy it anymore, Tim?
They've gone soft.
They have. I think they were rattled by that New Zealand game.
Quite possibly. But I also think it's a bit unfair that the ball's swinging. This is white ball cricket. The ball should not swing. It should be straight up and down, cannonball fodder.
I agree. I think the first 6 overs of a T20 game should be absolute carnage. You shouldn't be able to pitch it.
No. If it swings again like this next tournament, I propose that the ICC bring in a law where you have to bowl cross seam.
Yeah, or we just get rid of the seam altogether.
Yeah, we just use a hockey ball.
Use a hockey ball.
Yeah.
Well, and also it feels even more un-Australian that they've basically got this weapon, and you know that build up to that first ball in the Ashes when it was like Starc to Burns running in, charging in, and everyone's going cauldron, and yet in the T20 World Cup we've got empty seats and Starc's waiting to bowl when the ball's swinging.
Yeah, it's just not the same, is it? It doesn't have the same edge. You know, like you said, the first ball of the Ashes, when Australians are bowling in red ball cricket in Australia, it's frightening. Like you're sort of cowering behind your sofa as an Englishman. I don't get that feeling at the minute with T20. I will probably be proved wrong on Friday.
No, I agree. I think when you're looking at that Australian lineup and you're most worried about Stoinis the Trundler, then that's the most un-Australian team ever. If Australia do go on to win this tournament, they should just hand the trophy back to the ICC because it's an un-Australian side.
Yeah, we do also have to give them their dues, I think, today.
Well done, Australia. You beat Sri Lanka, who are Asia Cup champions and very good.
I said Sri Lanka are a decent side, and I still think they're a decent side.
They were a bowler down after the first over.
Yep, so get any excuses in.
A bowler down after the first over.
We just cannot let Australia have a win, can we?
All right, well done today, Australia. You bounced back nicely from a humbling against your little brothers.
Can I do point number 2?
Yeah, of course.
Stoinis. Whoa, that was superb, wasn't it? I think that is up there with one of the best I've seen, because nobody all game could hit it, and bearing in mind the England Afghanistan game, no one could really hit it. England sort of meandered to the total then. I thought 150 that Sri Lanka got was a good total and would be hard, and when Stoinis came in, it looked like that, didn't it? Yeah. But he just changed the game all on his own, and everything he was hitting was going absolutely miles. Genuinely, I don't think I've seen a better T20 innings than that, where it's been the contrast between batsmen at one end and batsmen at the other end has been so big. It was superb.
Sometimes you just have to sit back and admire it, you're right. And did I enjoy admiring it? Probably not as much as I should have.
His biceps look
he's
really
a
good.
big
You know,
boy.
what I liked about it as well was every time he hit a 6, he'd give it the Barry. He'd give it big un, wouldn't he? And his biceps look...
Oh, he knows. He knows when he's doing that.
Yeah.
He's flexing.
But I quite like that being brought into cricket. When you hit a 6, giving it... Because normally when people hit a 6, they're sort of cool, calm, collected.
Because you have to show like you do it all the time.
Yeah. I hit 100 metre 6s all the time. You should have seen me in second year.
There was some... Although having said that, recently I've started to notice... I don't know whether it's because the cameramen know to get close up on non-strikers, but you're starting to see a lot more gawping from non-strikers when people hit sixes.
I like that. We need that though.
Yeah.
We know they're showing the baseball upstairs, even though this is a cricket pub.
Yeah.
And someone climbed over the fence as someone hit a home run. Yeah. And it was superb, like the bench cleared in celebration. I think we need more of that with 6s.
I also think that you mentioned statistics.
Oh shit.
I think you said people are hitting a certain distance 6s.
Does that count?
100
meters.
That counts. That counts. Get it on. Fantastic. There it is. And we should be celebrating.
How does it fit?
Great MotoGP drivers. You've got quite a small head, don't you? So it's
not like yours. Yours is like a fucking melon.
For those listening,
sorry.
For those listening, and you might want to make sure the clip's not hitting the microphones as well. So, for those listening, it is a vibrant yellow Valentino Rossi hat with the Doctor on the brim, 46 across the front, and a checkered flag just running along the bottom. It is a beautiful piece of absolute shite. And there you go, and it's really on. It's on now. It's on now. Move this off the table. We don't want to get in the way of the 6.
Munners, you've done a really good job there, by the way.
Thanks.
In describing me putting on a hat.
Yeah, thanks. And he's on now, and he actually, you don't look too bad. But I hope people comment on the out of context TikTok of Tim wearing a Valentino Rossi hat. Now, point number 3 for the day.
Yeah.
What are we thinking, Tim?
There's only one man for it. It's only one man for it. And he couldn't spell it all day. Aaron Finch. We've all been there. It was painful to watch, wasn't it? It was awful. The amount of times the ball hit his thigh pad.
I'm missing old school Finchy. I'm missing Finchy vaping on the Lord's balcony, just looking like he's going to cream everything to all parts. He used to look mean.
He was brutal, wasn't he? The way he just stand and bang straight back down the ground. If it was anything short, see you.
Just a little shy boy now. What's happened to you? And it made it even more stark, even more Mitchell, sorry. That at the other end, Big Puppy, as he's known, Stoinis.
What, like Drake?
No, isn't that just Pappy?
Oh, it's Pappy.
I mean, so he's even bigger
anyway,
than Drake.
Carry on with your point.
At the other end, Stoinis is just whacking absolute fuck out of it. And then Finch he just can't. And then Tim, I think you made this point briefly to me before we started the podcast.
So you're going to nick my point again?
I'm not going to nick your point. I'm not going to nick your point because I'm going to let you say it. But what happened at the end of the game?
Finch hit the winning runs, and I thought that was immoral. Honestly, I'm not going to mention how many overs were left because I'll have to wear another stupid hat, won't I? But Stoinis had just played the innings of the tournament, in my opinion, probably better than Kohli's innings. Oh, I don't know, but that's up for debate. But Stoinis had played the innings of the tournament, single-handedly won that game for Australia. At least just get a single, get him on strike and let him hit another big bomb.
But hey, Finchy walks off scoring the winning runs.
Did she?
But be more like you used to be, Aaron, because we missed that.
Do you reckon he could throw a kettle over a pub?
Yeah, but I reckon he already has. So last segment, as always, Tim, everyone's favourite segment, Get in the bin. And today it goes to, again, not a cricketer.
I like that.
We are going to another organiser, but this time the big dog. We're aiming for the top, and we are going for the ICC. Get in the bin. And why are we asking the ICC to get in the bin? Because of your tournament scheduling. You have a whole nation of Australians on the east coast wanting to get excited about their nation possibly bouncing back against Sri Lanka. They're going into the game underdogs, Australia. They really want to win, and you put the game on at 10 o'clock at night for people in Sydney.
And Melbourne.
And
Brisbane.
And Townsville. Possibly Cairns.
Adelaide, I don't know the time zones.
Cairns.
Port Macquarie.
Hobart. All these great Australian cities that will be nestled up in bed, not knowing how badly Aaron Finch batted, or indeed how well Stoinis batted. So take a long, hard look at yourself, the ICC. You're a disgrace. And also, how hard would it be to get people out of work an hour earlier in Perth? It's a World Cup game. And yes, we've been having a crack at the Australians for not turning up to games and the stadiums being empty. But if you want the stadiums to be full, if you want people to be care, make it like a national holiday. There's a World Cup in town. Make it like the Melbourne Cup in Australia. Give them a day off in Perth so they can get there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and everyone can watch it at a reasonable time in Sydney.
Love it. I love it. And also, England-Ireland.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
5 a.m. in the morning. The only 2 teams, well, Netherlands as well actually, 3 teams with the same time zone. Why are you putting us on at 5 in the morning? Put us on at 9 in the morning.
Disgrace. And that's
4 o'clock in the afternoon local time. So you can put it on at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Where's the ICC at the moment? It's in India, isn't it? They're based in India?
Dubai, I think.
Dubai. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. And I suppose the trouble is when you're in that part of the time zone, it's tough to know what's going on in other parts of the world. But who knows? Who knows what they need to do? They need to take a long, hard look at the scheduling man. And until then, Tim, ICC, get in the bin. And I think that just about finishes it.
Yeah, I think we're quite brave going for the ICC.
Well, look, they've never backed us, have they?
No. But if you never see us again, our bodies are probably thrown in the Thames.
Cheers. And thanks again for listening. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully celebrating an England win. And among many other wonderful things to happen in the World Cup, I'm sure. We've got 3 games tomorrow?
I believe there's 3.
Right, so we're going to have loads to talk about.
But I'm all over the place. Not gonna lie.
Can't keep up. Can't keep up. Going on. Well, sleep is messed up, all sorts happening. But again, yep, thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, comment, follow us on TikTok. If you don't follow us on TikTok, I can't believe you're here if you don't follow us on TikTok. But anyway, thank you again. See you tomorrow.